Do you feel a sense of purpose and meaning in your life? If you answered yes, you're very lucky. However, if your answer was no, you might fall into the 4 in 10 people who haven't experienced true happiness since early 2020. That's a lot of people. So we have decided to answer the question, how can you experience a meaningful and fulfilling life? Maybe we can find an answer in the book The Little Prince, written by Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. Little Prince is a character that comes from a small planet, no bigger than a house. He doesn't own a lot of things. On his planet, there are only 3 small volcanoes, a rose and baobab saplings. Still, the Little Prince is very content and happy. Nevertheless, how does he do that? We've prepared 13 ideas to discover exactly that, since 13 is certainly a happy number. Happiness is not a destination, but a journey. Many people say to themselves, once I finish studying at university, I will be happy. Then they graduate, and they're like, well, I'm not happy, but I will be happy once I'm married. They are still not happy. And then they say, I will be happy once I have children. It continues like this until they die, waiting for happiness their entire lives. That's not how it works. You can't wait for a single moment in the future. You may give us a weird look when we say, you already have the happiness inside you. However, it's true. Let the happiness carry you to the goals and desired moments in your life. At one moment, Little Prince decides to leave his planet. He goes on a journey to explore the universe. His quest is not about reaching a specific destination, but about seeking understanding, connection, and meaning in the world. Throughout his journey, he learns valuable lessons and gains insights that contribute to his personal growth and happiness. Be mindful and present. Past is history, future is not certain, but present is a gift. That's why it's called present. Life can be fast these days. There's no harm if you just stop once in a while and observe the present moment. Go for a walk. Look at the leaves fluttering in the wind. Hear the birds singing. Also, take time to watch more sunsets. Even in simple things could be beauty. Here is a drawing that illustrates it. All the people at the bus stop are frowning and looking to the ground. They're probably thinking about all the stuff they will have to do in their work. Only one guy lives in the present, enjoying the morning sun. The Little Prince enjoys watching sunsets and doing routine work, like cleaning up his volcanoes or caring for his rose. Everyday objects, things, people, and even flowers can become precious if you pour love into them. You won't always be happy, and that's fine. You have to realize that happiness isn't a constant state. Life usually goes up, then down, then up, down, then up again. You get the point. There's a high chance that the happiest people now were also very sad, exhausted, and angry in the past. But now, when they are happy, they value it even more because they know what they have gone through. If you give someone $10 million, yes, they will be happy. But it's not the same happiness if someone worked for decades, was sad, exhausted, and angry, and then sold his business for $10 million. So you don't need to be happy all the time. Good life doesn't look like this or this, but rather like this. When the Little Prince decided to leave his planet, he wasn't happy the whole time. There was some risk to it. The baobab saplings could grow into huge trees, killing the planet with their roots. The volcanoes could explode, or something could happen to his beloved rose. Luckily, nothing like this occurred. Little Prince came back even stronger as a person and discovered how valuable is his rose for him. Keep moving forward. It's always great to have something to look forward to, even if it's something small like a football game, a party, or just tomorrow's breakfast. You will get up faster if you know you will have a good breakfast. You money, you happy. If you have more money, you usually have more happiness. However, there are more levels of happiness. Many people want money for the wrong reasons. They want a Ferrari. Sure, Ferrari makes them happy, but they don't realize that the true reason they are happy when they have money is freedom. The freedom of going wherever they want, doing whatever they want, and whenever they want. Money can buy you freedom, and freedom is what makes you happy. If you can achieve freedom without money, you obviously don't need it to be happy. But there is another catch. If you make more money, you aren't instantly happier. If you were a homeless man and suddenly you started to make $40,000 a year, you would be way happier because you would cover those basic needs in Maslow's pyramid, like physiological and safety needs. But if you started to make $1 million per year instead of $40,000, the difference wouldn't be that big. Nonsense is when people say, "I would rather cry in a Ferrari than be happy without it." The little prince doesn't need money to be happy because he knows that true happiness lies in non-material aspects. He's not like the adults he encounters on his interplanetary journey. They are obsessed with material wealth and power, but are still unfulfilled. Don't look for happiness, and it will find you. Seeking happiness as a primary goal can lead to dissatisfaction. Rather, try to focus on the things that can bring you a more fulfilled life. One of them is meaning. We will uncover how to find the meaning of your life later in the video. You can't see clearly with your eyes. It depends on how you perceive things. Let's picture a deck of cards. Someone could think of it as a few useless pieces of paper, while someone sees it as a tool that can entertain him for hours. Someone is happy with a warm cup of tea in his hands, while someone isn't happy owning the entire world. The little prince takes this to the next level. He also visits Earth throughout his journey. There, he meets the narrator of the story, a pilot who crashed his plane in a desert. The little prince wants the pilot to draw a lamb. The pilot tries to draw the lamb a few times, but little prince is still not satisfied with the result. Pilot, frustrated and in need of repair his plane, draws a box and says, "The lamb that you want is inside the box." Surprisingly, the little prince's face lit up, satisfied with the result. The highlight of the book is when little prince meets a fox, and she says to him, "One sees clearly only with the heart. What is essential is invisible to the eye." Find an activity you love. It's known under a term flow activity on the internet. You forget about time and space when you do this activity. Basically, you love it so much that you could do it for hours. It could be dancing, playing guitar, working out, drawing, or gardening. You name it. Anything you love could be your flow activity. Flow activities make you happier as you have less stress and anxiety since they require your full attention. Make love. The longest study on happiness is the Harvard study of adult development. It began in 1938. That's 85 years of research. Do you know what they found out? Happiness lies in fulfilling relationships. Humans are social creatures, so they need some interactions. Loneliness kills. So what should you do if you want to make love? Build long-term, meaningful relationships. Surround yourself with high-value people on whom you can rely. Do nice things for others. If you see a grandma carrying heavy stuff, offer help. Last but not least, don't be afraid to smile. A great example we can showcase this on is Little Prince's relationship with his precious rose. At one point, he leaves his planet because he's not pleased with their shallow connection. On his journey, he meets a fox who tells him, "To me, you're still nothing more than a little boy who is just like 100,000 other little boys, and I have no need of you, and you, on your part, have no need of me. To you, I'm nothing more than a fox, like 100,000 other foxes. But if you tame me, then we shall need each other. To me, you will be unique in all the world. To you, I shall be unique in all the world. It's the time you spend and the love you give that makes a person special to you." The Little Prince's rose may seem like any other common rose, but it's different because it's the one he loves, the one he cares for. It's different from every other rose because it's his. It is the time he has wasted for his rose that makes her so important. Find your meaning. You need to have something that gives meaning to your life. As we mentioned before, you can't always be happy. Meaning is something that gives you hope when you're at your lowest. How do you find your meaning then? A YouTuber named Exurbia has one video titled, "Meaning is a jumper that you have to knit yourself." We think that this is a good explanation. Basically, you need to find it yourself. However, we can give you some ideas. According to neurologist and psychiatrist Viktor Emanuel Frankl, you can find meaning by helping others, loving your nearest and dearest, and transforming suffering into achievement. But don't get us wrong, it doesn't have to be something productive like saving the planet or solving world hunger. It doesn't even have to make sense for other people. If your dream is to eat every species of fish, then your life has meaning. Little Prince finds his meaning in many different areas. The most important one for him is, you guessed it, his relationship with his rose. Little Prince values long-term, meaningful relationships. Another one could be his persistence and desire for knowledge. He always asks questions and never stops until he gets an answer. A major one is his ability to see beauty in simple things. Choose to be happy. There are 3 key points here. First, you can do things that make you happy. This may involve listening to music you enjoy, exercising, or spending more time with your friends. Secondly, you can concentrate on the good things. Not having bad thoughts about yourself and the world can make you significantly happier. Thirdly, concentrate on the things you have the ability to influence. In other words, make the best of what you have. You probably can't change your income in one day. Many people concentrate on this fact. They are frustrated. However, you can concentrate on figuring out how you could possibly raise your income. It's something that you can influence. Be experimental. At some point in our lives, we settle down and stay in our comfort zone. We do the same things again and again and again. If you do something repetitively, it's not as exciting as doing it for the first time. One solution is to try out new stuff. Don't worry, you don't need to kiss a stranger. Buying some out-of-your-style clothes will do. Or you can renovate your room, walk to work instead of driving, or strike up a conversation with a different college. If you stay on your little planet and don't leave it, then life is not as exciting. Sure, it's some risk, but the Little Prince is an example of how sometimes you need to take risks to be happy. We talked earlier about what Little Prince gained for leaving his planet. Don't forget about your physical body. We have talked mostly about our mindset throughout this video. Your physical health is just as important. You already know what you need to do. In case you don't, let us sum it up quickly. Exercise at least 4 times a week. Have at least 8 hours of sleep every day without any disruptive elements, such as lights. In the best scenario, you should get to sleep and get up at the same time every day. Eat reasonably. Drink a considerable amount of water every day. Last but not least, go for a walk so you don't lack vitamin D from the sun. Oof, that was a lot. Here are the 13 ideas again for the summary. You shall take a screenshot in case you forget how to be happy. If we had to choose the most important idea, it would be this one. If you were to forget everything, please remember this. The one thing we would like you to take from this video is the phrase, "One sees clearly only with the heart. What is essential is invisible to the eye."